Hello, Capricorns. This is your reading. It's gonna be a timeless reading. I'm not gonna put dates on my readings anymore. So whenever you find this reading or it finds you, it can resonate with your past, present, or future, or a mixture of all three. So keep that in mind while watching. We all have masculine and feminine energy, so don't pay too much attention to the gender or the sign of the card. It's just the energy that it's harnessing. If it applies to your situation or person specifically, great. If not, doesn't mean it still can't be your story. So you may not resonate with 100% of this reading. So just take what does and leave what doesn't. Excuse me. So I did make a big announcement in a collective reading that I filmed live earlier. So if you did not see that, please go check that out if you want to see what that news was, because I don't want to talk about it again. And just because that's going to take away from your reading. But in short, I'll say that I'm limited on my oracle decks. And if you'd like to know why, please go watch that reading. And once you hear why, you'll understand why I don't want to keep talking about it. So we're going to go ahead and get into your reading and just see what we can find out for what's coming for you, or what the universe wants to warn you about or guide you towards or in or with or whatever. And this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter signs. If you don't know how to check your placement, there's a link below showing you how to do so, as well as a free link to Cafe Astrology. Alright, let's see what's going on for Capricorns. And I also did go over the planet placement in the collective love reading. Our new moon is in Virgo on the 31st, and our full moon is in Pisces, I believe. I was watching Water Baby Tarot's reading, and I love how, first of all, I just kind of guess based on what I know about astrology and the planets. I just guess what the energy means for us. And usually I'm pretty on point, but I always tell y'all I'm not really sure, but I think. But she is very knowledgeable in astrology and tarot as well, and she goes really in depth about how the energy affects us. And she always does a new moon reading or new moon chit chat or whatever, and full moon chit chat, just to discuss the energy shifts that are coming in and how they may affect us. So go watch that video. It's very informative if you're very interested in the astrology side of things. So just throwing that out there. Let's go ahead and get into your reading. Any messages for Capricorns? Any messages? Mature man. I did see that on the bottom of the deck. Shuffling earlier. Or maybe it was main meal. Any messages for Capricorns? Okay. Somebody's thinking very heavily about marriage. Maybe even taking a trip. Relocating, moving, a new job, a new home, a new lifestyle, a new newness, just a lot of new. Just picking up and leaving a lot of old things behind, literally or figuratively. This is how this card, we have mature man and main female. And these two cards popped out just like this. They flipped out in reverse. These don't have a reversal meaning, but they did land over. And I feel like somebody is heavily thinking like they're dominated by this woman. The male energy, there's a lot of masculine energy. Because there's 4 males pictured total. Thinking very heavily about this feminine energy. Now keep in mind the gender. Like I said, we all have masculine and feminine energy. Somebody's thinking about marriage or commitment. This is someone who desires deep romance, commitment, love, passion. And this is someone who is, I think now I don't get mature man from this. I feel like this person feels like they need to be more mature for this main female. Like you, if you're the main female, you are this masculine's main female, but he feels like he needs to mature a little bit more for you. And I think that's why he's thinking so heavily about, like, how do I obtain this? How do I gain this relationship? How do I achieve this commitment, this level of commitment? And it is a journey. Somebody's waiting on something now. Somebody is waiting. This represents a 3-month wait period as well. And then pathway, this represents 1 to 2 years. Represents being on a path, being on a journey, not being sure where it goes, but, you know, being on that path. So I feel like this person does feel like the masculine energy feels like they need to mature. This represents someone who's very knowledgeable, wise, intelligent. Doesn't have to be an older man. This could also be looking for advice or seeking advice from an older gentleman or a father figure, a mentor, a teacher, someone who's wise or mature or just very knowledgeable or intellectual. I feel like this person is thinking very heavily, about commitment, about what needs to be done to achieve this next stage. Let's get some Moonology cards about this situation for Capricorns. And I just knew work-related stuff was going to come up with all this Virgo and Capricorn energy we're experiencing. I was like, oh, I know this reading is going to have work all over it. Love? What? Okay, I'll take this one. What do you need to release? This came up in the collective love reading, so that may apply to some of you. Please go check that out. What do you need to release? Waning moon. We're still in the waning moon phases. And our new moon is here in a few days, 3 or 4 days, 2 or 3 days. It's the 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, 3 days. So there's still time. Obviously, you can release these things whenever you want to, but the waning phase of the moon is the perfect time to release, detox, let go. As the moon depletes in size, it's a great time to deplete your energy, deplete the size of things taking up space in your life, right? Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. Full moon represents a lot of emotions. I think also built up energy, and Sagittarius is fire energy. I think there's need to, at the end of the day, not get too, yes, be in the now, but don't get too caught up with the way things are right now. And look at the bigger picture. I feel like this person is looking at the bigger picture in a sense, because they're very heavily thinking or contemplating. This is typically a positive way of thinking, like positive thoughts. But I think he's really trying to figure out how to achieve this, and for the bigger picture. I get that vibe from it. Some of you may not be. It may be a selfish or just right now instant gratification that you desire, but look at the bigger picture is here. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. 2 fire signs. 2 fire signs. Yeah, somebody's taking action. Somebody's doing something. I think there's going to be some action here. Boom. Once we get the tarot cards, we'll see for sure. But we have Journey at the bottom of the deck, and I think that's what this is all about, trying to figure out how to take action, what the first step is. You could be expecting this person to do so. You could see it coming. Maybe you don't. But the expectation represents waiting for something, waiting for someone maybe. And then we have full moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. This came up in the collective love reading as well, so that could apply for you also. I'm going to go ahead and read about these cards. All right, full moon in Sagittarius. Take time out for a mini break or adventure. This could mean you're working too hard. Focus on too many details. Focus on the now too much. And it's time to just kind of release and have fun and just, I don't want to say let your guard down, but just don't be so serious, like Capricorns can be. The situation may have come around because you've been distracted. Be confident without being overconfident to win the day. Have you shown that you care? If not, now is the time. Find balance between speaking your mind and saying too much. So, yeah, okay, it says here, are you thinking too much about the details of your dilemma, fretting over minutiae, I don't know how to say that word, can be counterproductive. Perhaps you're being all talk and no action. This card is a reminder that while it's good to think things through, sometimes you need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. What do you see about your current situation? What's the most positive thought you can have about it? Now's the time to count your blessings, even if you don't yet exactly have what you want. This card is also a reminder that we often have to take a few risks and go with uncertainty on this journey called life. Try to keep an open mind about what's for the best. The universe could surprise you. So I think there is a need to be open. Release any attachments, because that could be what this is about. This card also mentions not being too clingy, or not being too caught up in your emotions, not letting your emotions get the best of you with Cancer energy. Actually, let's go ahead and read full moon in Cancer. So it says, it may be best to move towards what you want in a sideways manner. Maybe what I get from that is like not being so direct, kind of maneuvering a little bit, if that makes sense. Meditate to soothe heightened emotions. So if you get overwhelmed and you get to a point where you can't think straight, or this looks a lot. This is funny. It does remind me a lot of the collective spread I just had, because we had New Moon and Scorpio in the middle, and then we had 2 full moon cards. This was one of the full moon cards. This was at the bottom of the deck as well. And was it full moon in Aquarius? I'm gonna have to go back and watch. But I think in order to balance this energy, some of you are too much in your head, too much in your heart. So figure out where you fall on that spectrum. I think there's a need to create balance, and I think there is time to take action. Maybe not be too direct, and maybe not be too passive. Maybe, like it says, come at it sideways. There's a need to maneuver or kind of manipulate your tactics or something. Don't be too clingy. Don't be too stuck on a particular way of doing things. Stop sulking. You could be holding on to something that or having a hard time releasing or letting go of something that is just not in your best interest, and the universe probably wants to replace it with something better. And if you're in this energy of how this card mentioned, like thinking too deeply and thinking too hard about it, feeling getting to the point where you're discouraging yourself, that's counterproductive. You're not going to help the situation. Have you had enough family time lately? So it could be a great time to spend time with family. Like, just let your hair down. That's what I want to say, not your guard. Let your hair down. Have some fun. And that will also raise your vibration and help you get out of fear, get out of worry. Yeah, that new moon in Scorpio was talking about overcoming fear. So there could be something that's holding you back, or something that's causing you to be too meticulous or too emotional. But there's a need to let go of something. Release things, clear your space. It's safe to let go and move on. Move forward with as little resistance as possible. This is someone who's moving on, you know. Say sorry to someone. Do energetic work such as meditation or yoga. So both of these cards talk about doing meditation or yoga, which they call yoga moving meditation. So do something to clear your energy that keeps you aligned, keeps you balanced, but also allows you to clear your mind and not think so much, and also balance your emotions, whatever that is for you. Swimming, surfing, running, jogging, singing, cleaning, walking, whatever. Yoga, meditation, listening to music, you name it. Whatever does it for you, whatever floats your boat, whatever reps your boat. Okay, soon you will see what lies ahead. Releasing emotional baggage is recommended now, absolutely, especially during the waning phases of the moon. It's a perfect time to release emotional baggage. So if you catch this before the 31st or in another waning phase of the moon, by all means, keep in mind that after the full moon, it's the perfect time to let go of things. Perfect time to clean out your closet, clean out your house, clean out your energy field, your emotional space, your mental space, everything. Clear it out. Everything must go. Well, not everything, but you know. All right. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards. Because I want to see what's going on. All right. Let me see. Do I want... Let me look at my mature man first. Excuse me. Okay, let's look at mature man. Show me a mature man, please, for a Capricorn. Show me a mature man for Capricorn, please. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So something about the timing is not right. So somebody, I feel like this person could be borderline obsessing over this, just the way it fell out. I feel like whoever's in this energy of thinking about this, trying to figure out how to manifest this, trying to figure out the right path to take or the right step to take towards this new journey, or, you know, I feel like the timing is off. There's some delay. But it is a fated situation. Divine timing is at work. Is this? Some of these cards are reversed. And there is some imbalance. Absolutely. With the Temperance card in reverse. This person could be flip-flopping. Or this could be your energy if it's not you. 1 minute being too much in their feelings. 1 minute being too much in their head. There's a need to release probably fears. Anything clouding your judgment or clouding your energy field. And did I read this? I did not read this card. It's time to take action with new moon in Aries. I know there's going to be something great and helpful here. I can't believe I forgot to read this card. Tripping. All right. Don't even think about giving up. So I don't think this is a person who wants to give up. Absolutely not. I feel like there's just major imbalance and the timing is just not right. And I think the timing is only not right because of the imbalance. As soon as you get the timing, as soon as you get the balance, divine timing can, you know, everything can kind of like fall into place, right? Do your best and be happy with that. It's like not beating yourself up for not performing your absolute best. Not performing a certain way. Like, don't be too clingy to, like I said, things being a particular type of way. Like, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't think that everything has to be perfect before you take the first step, you know, because that will hold you up. Like, being too hard on yourself, thinking too hard about the details, or being too deeply into your feelings. Either way, this is very much so like the collective love reading I just did. You can't be too much in your head, can't be too much in your heart. You have to find some balance. You have to release anything that is preventing you from doing so. Let those things go. Hold your vision just beneath that fixed moon. Which I think I do want to read that. Avoid being brash right now. You need a 12-month plan. A new male is coming to your life. Hey, so look, this could be someone who, the way it popped out, this person could just view you. This could be a mature man coming into your life and wanting to marry you very quickly. We had quick commitment come up in a Capricorn reading, in April? That was months ago. And I felt like, I said that reading, I may have said it in that reading, but I said that for a lot of people that may be a predictive thing, like this may be something that's happening in a few months or later or whatever. That could be it. It could be happening. I think I'm going to go back and watch that reading too. This could be someone having their eye on you, because the way he's looking over at her, and it's like she has her back turned slightly, you know, she doesn't even really see him coming. So that could be, It could be that this masculine is trying to find you and he doesn't even know that it's you that he's trying to find. And there's just a little bit of imbalance and timing that's off right now. This also says, don't go too fast and forget your manners. Treat people well as you charge towards your goals. You'll create much better karma for yourself. So it is about taking action, moving forward, nonetheless, but also I think trying to find balance. And I think you can't really, it's like juggling. Like, you ever seen like those circus acts where they're juggling while on the unicycle? It's like, in order to find balance, you have to do both at the same time. So it's like you have to be in your head, yes, but you also need your emotions. You just need a healthy amount of both of them. So you have to use both of them and continue to use both of them until you achieve that healthy balance. You can't just stop using one and expect there to be balance. You know what I'm saying? You can't like cut off your mind and just be all in emotions. You can't cut off your emotions and be all in your mind. You have to use both to find balance. I hope that makes sense, because it made sense to me. So yeah, again, this is Jupiter Sagittarius energy. Jupiter is in Sagittarius and it's direct right now. This represents unfortunate events or resisting change. It also represents letting go. There are some things that you do need to let go. That could be the change that's being resisted, whether this is you or your person. There's some changes that need to take place here. And I think in order for the balance to come in, and it could be that it's being resisted right now, and that's why we're kind of like in the interim. More Sagittarius energy. You could be a Capricorn cusp. This represents, again, like I said, imbalance, frustration, discord. I think, like I said, this person is like borderline obsessing, getting very frustrated because they're not really sure how to go along this journey. But there are some changes that need to happen that are being resisted that will create balance. It's like that very thing that you don't want to do is the thing that you need to do to get you where you're trying to go. Very clear-cut reading too. 7 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Somebody's getting very frustrated, wanting to give up, not wanting to stand their ground anymore, not wanting to continue fighting, continue working towards this. I did say I wanted to read this fixed moon. Just read a little bit about it real quick. Yes, just say the word a lot and see how it feels. Staying power, faith, and patience are needed. Someone needs to back down. Avoid stagnation. Yeah, like I said, avoid stagnation. Don't be like, you can't stop. You have to take some type of action. You have to keep going in order to achieve that balance. You can't stop. A personal or professional relationship will be enduring. So this could be personal or professional, because marriage can also represent contracts or business contracts or long-term commitments. Let's see. Show me thoughts. Thoughts. 5 of Swords in reverse, Hangman in reverse. Okay, so somebody has a lot of pride and they're yeah, definitely obsessed and does not want to let. It's like, I want this thing, right? But I want to get it this way. I'm not open to going left. I want to go right, very adamant about doing one thing, like clinging too tightly to one way of doing things, one way of thinking. That fixed energy. Yes, what is that saying say? Because I've been seeing that a lot in these readings. Be stubborn with your goals, but flexible in your in the route you take to obtain them, or whatever that saying goes. It's like, be stubborn. Like, your ultimate goal, like, yes, I want marriage. That is my ultimate goal. Don't bend on that. Don't settle for engagement, for a lifelong engagement. You know what I'm saying? If you want marriage, you want marriage. That's fine. But you can't say, I want marriage in 3 years by, you know, in the month of May, or by age so and so, or whatever. You can't do that. You just can't. You can't control the way you get it. You can definitely be stubborn in your goal and what you want to achieve, but you can't have too much pride to think that there's only one way of obtaining it. With the Five of Swords here represents not backing down from something and there being conflict, like not knowing when to walk away from something, not knowing when to how can I say this, not moving on from a situation before there's conflict, before there's dishonesty. I'm getting dishonesty, before there's dishonesty, before there's arguments. This is representing like having too much pride to throw the towel in, or to admit fault even to. It represents being burnt out, depletion, like something had been a struggle, possibly mentally or within communication. With thoughts being here, like I think feeling mentally plagued, and I think also being a little bit closed-minded. With the Hangman being in reverse, not wanting to let go of, like having too much pride, or even also just being mentally exhausted, trying to figure out how to make this one plan work. And it's like there's so many opportunities, there's so many different ways you could do this, but it's like you're mentally exhausted trying to figure out how this plan that doesn't work, how to make it work, if that makes sense. Neptune energy, Pisces energy. Neptune is in Pisces, retrograde right now. It represents avoidance, sacrifice, delay. So again, another card of delay. Putting a lot of energy or effort into a situation or person. Okay, I think this does represent being mentally exhausted. Also avoiding conflict, or avoiding also avoid, some of you are avoiding releasing your pride. Some of you are avoiding conflict, or avoiding like it's like it's this situation, it's like a no-win situation, but you won't stop, you won't leave, you won't get out of it. You keep trying to figure out a way to make it work, and it's like it's not working. There is a need to detach and release and let go. With also the Hangman in reverse, it could represent like you putting off a decision, or a decision to avoid confrontation or responsibility. If so, that may come back to haunt you. Meditate on your issues so that you gain much needed clarity before you make any moves. Utilize patience, sit still, and realize that your life is bigger than this moment. So yeah, like I said, look at the bigger picture. It's bigger than right now. It's bigger than this, where things are right now. And you can't obsess over this. And you can't also be too attached to doing things one way. The suspension is actually a blessing in disguise. Yeah. There are always options, and they will reveal themselves to you as you keep going through your path. Absolutely. Like I said, you have to keep going. You have to keep moving on this journey, and you will obtain balance with the experience. All of these tarot cards are in reverse. The Hanged Woman being here. I feel like let me just, I'm harping on this one card for too long. I do get a very stubborn energy from this though. Like, no, I'm just not, like, very prideful, very stubborn from both of these together. I do get that. That's all. That's what I'll say about that. I'll leave it at that. Let's look at marriage. Show me marriage. Are these? I think most of these cards are in reverse. Let me do this. I don't know what's going on. I They got mixed up earlier. I didn't intend on having reversals, but I'll read them. Sometimes the card will flip out and spin around, so whatever. Show me mirrors, please. Ten of Cups, Five of Pentacles. So some of you feel like you missed an opportunity, or you lost it, or you're afraid of losing, or afraid of not getting it. Now, maybe not losing, but afraid of not getting it. There is a fear of loss, a fear of lack, with the Ten of Cups here and the Five of Pentacles. Ten of Cups represents emotional fulfillment. Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I think this represents confusion, lack of clarity. Possibly also lack of communication between the two of you. The Ten of Cups is, again, emotional fulfillment, happiness, wholeness, and things also coming full circle. Completion with the heart space. And then abandonment, misfortune, or loss. Yeah. So some of you, I think some of you think that you missed an opportunity, but you keep trying to figure out how to make this one way work, right? I think I'm going to pull more cards on thoughts. I feel like a lot of you I think this just represents someone feeling like they missed an opportunity, whether this is you or your person, feeling like they either won't have this or won't keep this Ten of Cups. They either won't obtain it or they will never get it. Or they're feeling like they may lose it or may have lost it. Or there may be a fear of losing it. Oh, that's what it is. This person's not taking action because they're afraid of losing it. They know that it's a Ten of Pentacles, but they don't want to get it and then lose it. That's why they're so stuck. Show me thoughts. Show me more about thoughts. Ace of Pentacles, not making an offer, not moving forward, not investing. Not investing. Queen of Pentacles, taking care of their own energy, taking care of their basic needs, their body, their well-being, their home, financial stability, growth. Capricorn energy. I think it also represents security, comfort, safety, well-being. Probably waiting until they're feeling a little bit more secure to make some type of offer, or because this is about manifestation or abundance, but in the reverse. Could represent financial hardship or money mishaps, but I think it's just not investing in something, not giving anything time, energy, or effort. Maybe focusing that energy on the self, which is good. Show me more about that. King of Wands. This represents someone very passionate, though. Like I said, this person is borderline obsessing about this connection and about commitment. There's a lot of passion, a lot of determination and drive. It's like they're determined to see this through to the end, or determined to take action. I think they're just feeling very stuck right now, and possibly they're just trying to achieve balance, maybe financial balance, or maybe some other form of balance, but very passionate. Sagittarius energy, could also be Aries or Leo, fire, nonetheless, but does represent someone who knows what they want, a natural leader, a visionary. I think someone who's visualizing, using visualization to manifest, to attract what they want. Like they're daydreaming, thinking very hard, and I think once they achieve balance, they're going to be able to manifest. Whether this is you or your person, they're going to be able to manifest this very quickly. I do feel a very balanced energy from this. They could also be seeking advice from either a mother or father figure. But I think this person is very determined. Very determined. Has a lot of desire and a lot of passion, either for you or for something, whether this is a job or a relationship. Let's get divine energy and advice for Capricorns. Advice for Capricorns. Forgive and forget. It's about releasing the past, releasing anything that has you feeling in a vibration of fear about what you know is your Ten of Pentacles. Whether this is you or your person, take how it resonates. Also forgiving your person for if there was any conflict or arguments. Forgiving that person. Forgiving anyone in your past, forgiving yourself, and releasing the energy. Forgetting the hurt, not forgetting the lesson. Be patient. Understand that things will take time, because I get that there's a lot of fire energy here. Whoever this is, somebody's getting very frustrated and obsessing and getting to the point where they're frustrated with the stagnation. But also keep in mind that you have to do more than sit here and think. This is a lot of thinking energy. That thinking energy could keep you stagnant. So there's not any investment being made here, and there's a lot of stubborn, prideful energy here, a lot of imbalance, and also timing is not all. So if you are taking care of yourself, your body, your basic needs, your well-being, that is good. Continue to do that. More advice. Say no. Say no to things that just are not good for you. Say no to your fears. Say no to things that are taking up space in your energy field, that are causing imbalance, that are not in alignment with what it is that you want, with anything that says that you can't have this because you want it. Anything that says it's not obtainable or that you'll lose it. Dismiss it immediately. Any more advice or guidance for Capricorns? Okay, I'll take these two. Be true to yourself. Absolutely. Take the path that feels most true to you, that resonates more deeply with your soul, with your heart. Say no and be true to yourself. It's like saying no to things that are not true to you. Being true to yourself, like not following the crowd, not doing what other people are doing. Being a leader, being a visionary, being a true leader, not doing things the way you think they're supposed to be done, or the way things say, or the way people say they need to be done. Finding your own path, making your own way, blazing your own trail, doing it your way, doing it in the way that feels natural to you, and doing it confidently, because the King of Wands is confident. I think once this person achieves balance, they can, but for now there is a need to retreat, disconnect from your surroundings, go within. Like I said, there's a lot of meditation that needs to be had. Some fun needs to be had. There is maybe even some me time. There's a need to just kind of disconnect from, I don't want to say the world, but from your mind in a sense. Get a break, have some fun, maybe take a little weekend getaway or something, staycation, even if it's just a few hours, a day or so, whatever you can do to disconnect from your worries, from your stress, from your fears, from overthinking, from obsessive thoughts. Mental retreat also. I kind of picture the Four of Swords with this. So definitely do some meditation. Sleep meditation, sleep programs, frequency music, binaural beats, all of that, it's free on YouTube. Even if you just listen to like nature sounds or something like that before you go to bed, if it helps clear your mind and gives you some serenity, do those things. There is a need to just, disconnect from, I think, because this thought process can be kind of like a cycle, especially if you're being very stubborn in the way you want to go about something. Or maybe it's not that you're stubborn, it's just that you haven't figured out a better idea or a better way. The King of Wands represents inspiration. but I don't think you're taking any action right now. I think there is some stagnation because of this imbalance or because of this lack of clarity, but there is a need to keep moving, for sure. So be mindful of that. At the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles. Represents stability. We have a perfect pair here. The King and Queen of Pentacles, Taurus energy. So, represents someone who's about their business. CEOs, head of the industry, who is head of the household, takes care of their business, takes care of their responsibilities, is able to take care of others as well. So, once you achieve this, taking care of yourself, then you can go ahead and take care of your family, others, your loved ones, and there's progress. Moving forward, determination, Cancer energy. At the bottom of this deck, we have focus on success. Absolutely. Do not let any of your fears keep you from obtaining your true goals. Focus on success. Be success-oriented, goal-oriented. Picture the outcomes that you want, not the outcomes that you don't want. And that's how you avoid being afraid of losing something to the point where it keeps you stuck and not having it, you know? So that's your reading. I hope that was helpful. Please let me know if it was. You can comment down below. You can please do, subscribe, connect with me on Instagram, Instantgo. All of my social media outlets are below. And I do have Patreon set up. However, I have not posted many readings there yet because I've just had a lot going on. So I will be posting videos there, and you guys can subscribe for additional content as soon as my schedule, time, and energy permits. So just be on the lookout and keep in touch with me on Instagram to get all the updates on what's going on with me personally. I hope you will also view that collective love reading because it was very similar to this reading, and I hope if you resonated with this reading, you probably will get some help from that reading as well. So it wasn't too similar to the point where it's the same message, but it is pretty similar too. So I hope that you check that out. I hope you check out my other social media outlets, and I hope that you return for future readings. As always, you can donate as well, and if you do, I appreciate that. And until next time, peace, love, and light. Bye.